In our last lecture, we discussed about evidences of evolution. So these are the evidences which actually make us understand that evolution process is not imaginary. It actually existed in the world. I wish to talk today about a few examples of evolution which actually is observed. Many a times if I'm talking about connecting link and missing link and something else, it is very difficult for you people to understand because none of you have observed them. Okay. But there are some examples which exist in the current world that you can see, and then you actually can talk about. Okay, so today I will start my lecture with the such examples of evolution. Okay, first evolution I wish to give about rabbit. I hope everyone know what is rabbit.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
there
ma'am.
was a small island in Atlantic, which is known as Porto Santo. This island, and specifically island, is something which is having isolated population. As they are surrounded by sea, and if there is no other island in the vicinity, it is a very good area for studying evolution. Why? Because there are the chances of outsiders coming there, or the inhabitant of that islands going somewhere else will be less in case of islands. Okay. So in Porto Santo, there was actually by intentionally some rabbits dropped. Okay. They made introduced into that island. Previous to that, no rabbits were found in that island. What was observed was post introduction of rabbit in that island, it was observed that varied forms of rabbits, if you look into today's population of island, varied forms of rabbits are available there. So as it is an island, you can imagine no rabbit came from outside further. So how these many types of rabbits were produced? Some of these rabbits were not at all having similarity with the ancestor. So this showed that if you are living like population somewhere isolated condition, you will be able to look into some kind of variation. Apart from that, there was if we look into the uh, history of parasites and host relationship. I guess you know about ostrich and emu.
Ostrich and दूसरा क्या?
Ostrich, emu, there is another bird called rhea.
Yes, ma'am. Ostrich पता है.
So this bird rhea, R-H-E-A, is similar to the ostrich. But they are, in the course of evolution, they stay apart from each other. But strangely, the kind of parasites they are attacked with, the kind of fungal infection they have, viral infection they have are similar, which showed that today they may be two different types of bird. One is ostrich, another is rhea. Their species are different, but once upon a time they had a common ancestor. If you see, let me give you a very latest example. I guess nowadays everyone is speculating about the third wave of corona. I hope you people heard about it, third wave.
Yes, ma'am.
They are talking about giving a name a specific name to this third wave. It is known as which wave?
Delta plus variant.
Kappa.
Delta wave. So coronavirus was found first time infecting human. Probably now they are guessing sometime in the month of November, December 2019. Okay. We were affected by this pandemic in the month of 2020, March onwards. We had this problem in our life. So the question is, within these one and a half year span of life, now we have a variant of coronavirus, isn't it? So what is speciality of Delta variant? It is speculated that it is more dangerous than the original coronavirus strain. So how this new strain is created? If evolution wouldn't have been operational, then creation of such kind of trains are not possible. Okay, so today with these evidences, which are in our last lecture we talked about evidences that quoted by scientists as evolutionary evidences. I started my lecture today with the examples which are existing in the modern world, which are directing that yes, evolution was there. So first idea was to find out a theory of evolution, a theory which can propose about origin of life, the point from which all these creatures are created. Second idea was to prove that yes, evolution was there was creation of life on earth only, it's not coming from everywhere. We are done with these two parts. Now the most crucial part of evolution I wish to talk today, that is called the evolution theories, which will tell you about how actually evolution must have occurred. The mechanism of evolution to describe. So in this regard, we will talk about three scientists. I told you last time also. One is Lamarck, J. Baptiste Lamarck. Second was Darwin. And third person about whom we can talk is De Vries and Hugo de Vries, to be more precise. And all their theories, the essence, the best part was accumulated as the modern concept of evolution. So let's start our discussion about Lamarckism, that is theory of Lamarck. So first theories we studied was about to prove that evolution was there or not. These theories are going to tell us about the mechanism of evolution. I guess the difference between these two theories are clear to you, beta? Class?
Ma'am, can you repeat that?
Four theories we studied was about that evolution process exists or not. Okay. जो हमने पढ़ा था ना, स्पेशल क्रिएशन थियरी एंड देन दिस chemical evolution and all. So those were coming towards evolution. Then we've studied about evidences. Now we are going to talk about the theories which depicts the mechanism of variation. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So let us talk about the theory of Lamarck. Okay? So, according to the Lamarck, this theory is also known as the theory of use and disuse. Okay. Actually, it was put forward by a French scientist. His name was, so he was a French scientist. His name was Lamarck. Look into the spelling. Okay. Now, actually, he wrote his ideas in a book termed as Philosophy Zoologique. You need to remember the name of scientist as well as the book, because it is many a times asked. Actually, he was in charge for collection of invertebrate specimens and their maintenance in the uh, Natural History Museum in the Paris. Okay, so as he was collecting different specimens of invertebrate at the time of collection and preserving them, he observed that similar types of insects are showing different types of structures in them. And it came into his mind that there must be something called evolution. But you need to give a reason behind evolution. That was the main challenge. So that's why he proposed his theory of use and disuse. Okay. So what was use and disuse, and what are the components of this theory? So in Lamarck's theory, the components are, or rather to say the factors of theory was, first thing is new needs. Do you agree that world is a dynamic one and it is changing every day? What do you think, students?
Yes, ma'am.
If you consider and have a seat and talk to your parents, or maybe आपके दादाजी से बात करो, so you will realize at that time they had a different type of challenge, different type of childhood, different type of student life, and you today nowadays is having a different type of student life, and that is called generation gap. Obviously, such short period is not responsible for creation of a new species, but if you think mentally, sometime you will realize that yes, we are different species and our great old grandparents are different species. We are not understanding what they are saying. Their ideology, their everything is different. So world is changing, which is creating the new needs every day. So these new needs are making us acquisition of characters. So we are getting what? We are actually getting the characters. Okay. Now, these acquisition of characters are done due to two reasons. One is innate tendencies. So what do we mean by innate tendencies? Any guess, anyone? Have you ever heard about this word innate? Class?
No, ma'am.
Innate means beta inborn. Okay. So innate tendency means inborn trend or to be perfect. Actually, if you think about human being बेटा, जब बहुत साल पहले वो गुफाओं में रहता था और पेड़ों के पत्ते पहनता था, they used to survive, yes or no? जिंदा तो रहते थे ना हम? What do you think? सालों पहले सब लोग
Yes,
शिकार में
ma'am.
जाते थे, जो आता था मिल बांट के खाते थे. फिर ह्यूमन ने ही ऐसा क्यों सोचा, ऐसा क्यों हाथी घोड़ा या जिब्रा ने या लायन ने नहीं सोचा कि भाई मुझे कुछ इससे ज्यादा करना है. Do you agree that this is what is making human being away from others? It is making us apart. But this tendency is present in all animals and plants. This is to gain the perfection. Animal, plant, any living organism, if you are put forwarding some kind of challenge to them, they will always try to survive for the best. वो कोशिश ही करते हैं अपने आप को जिंदा रखे, भले उनकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी बढ़ जाए. सो एक्यूजिशन ऑफ कैरेक्टर मतलब नए कैरेक्टर्स उनमें आना. फर्स्ट इज ड्यू टू देयर टेंडेंसीज ऑफ acquiring perfection or complexity, and second is use and disuse. So according to Lamarck, he proposed that when we use any organ of our body to cope up with the ever-changing environment, and if we continuously keep on using it, after some time, slowly and steadily, that organ develops to the perfection. Okay? जैसे कि उन्होंने बहुत सारी एग्जाम्पल इस यूज एंड डिसयूज थियरी का दिया था. Some of them are in favor of use and some of them are in favor of disuse. For example, the best example he provided was of giraffe. Consider in a jungle, there are plants which are available for an animal to eat from the ground. Okay. And there was some kind of natural calamity by which all plants present at the ground level are dead. Now, if an animal needs to survive, it needs to eat vegetables or fruits or leaves from the tree. पहले जंगल में नीचे भी घास या ऐसे सब चीजें हुआ करता है, तो किसी एनिमल को जरूरत पड़ता है, वेजिटेरियन एनिमल जिसे हम herbivores बोलते हैं, they can eat from there, but there was some kind of infection or fire or something due to which the lower vegetation was destroyed. Now the only food available is are the trees, and if an animal needs to eat, uska height of the neck should be longer. तो उन्होंने जिराफ के लंबे गले होने का प्रपोजल ऐसे दिया था कि दे नीड टू ट्राई एंड ट्राई एंड ट्राई, और जिसकी वजह से देयर नेक रीजन एक्सटेंडेड, एंड जिसकी वजह से आज जिराफ का गला इतना लंबा है. अंडरस्टूड द लॉजिक behind having long neck of giraffe? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, apart from this, the third factor I wish to mention here is environment, obviously, which is responsible for all kind of factor. Third thing that is very, very important is the inheritance of acquired character. So his theory was very simple. Every day in the world there is new needs, और वो नीड हमें कंपेल करता है कि या तो हम अपने आप को इम्प्रूव करें या फिर कोई कैरेक्टर को एबॉलिश कर दे, छोड़ दे, वो कैरेक्टर चाहिए नहीं. ओके, सो थ्री थिंग्स आर helping us to acquisition of character. One is हम सबकी एक tendency to be the best. Second is we use and disuse. If we use too much, it will improve. If we stop using, that is deuse, we actually lose that character. Okay. Third thing is environment, which change in which is making us change. एंड लास्ट में उन्होंने बोला था कि ये जो सारे चेंजेस है, इफ दे आर इनहेरिटेड टू द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन. व्हाट डू यू थिंक, लैमार्क सही थे? ऐसा पॉसिबल है? क्लास, उन्होंने जिराफ का एग्जांपल दिया था. देन ही टॉक्ड अबाउट एक्वाटिक बर्ड्स, जो जैसे कि डक, स्वान. एक्चुअली इनके बारे में क्या बताया था कि their toes, you must have noticed that in case of duck, the legs are having thin sheet of skin present in them which help them to swim. Have you ever noticed? उनके पैर में ऐसा thin skin होता है which help them to swim. They don't have fingers simply. Class, are you there with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Only two people are there with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Have you ever seen any duck or something?
Yes, ma'am.
Which are
Yes,
having
ma'am.
such kind of thin skin. So what Lamarck said is that this is due to their constant effort of stretching their limb and swimming. They had in between such piece of skin which helped them to swim faster. He didn't only talked about use, he talked about disuse also. He said that कि स्नेक्स को बरोज में रहने की आदत है, छोटे छोटे ऐसे सुरंग जिसे बोलते हैं हम, सॉइल के नीचे. सो दे डोंट हैव टू एक्चुअली यूज देयर लेग्स. सालों से लेग्स ना यूज करते करते टुडे स्नेक्स डू नॉट हैव द लेग्स प्रेजेंट इन देम. ओके, सो डियर की जो स्पीड है, ही सेड के डियर पहले इतने फास्ट नहीं थे, बट टू फ्ली फ्रॉम देयर प्रेडेटर्स, भागते भागते उनकी ऐसी स्पीड आ गई है, आज डियर इतना फास्ट भागता है. डू यू थिंक ही वाज करेक्ट? व्हाट इज योर आइडिया अबाउट लैमार्क? पॉसिबल है ऐसा? क्लास, व्हाट डू यू थिंक, ऐसा पॉसिबल है? यूज और डिसयूज से किसी को कैरेक्टर नया मिल सकता है, और सबसे बड़ी बात, वो कैरेक्टर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जा सकती है. नो कमेंट्स ऑन लैमार्किज्म? Any specific reason for not hurting sentiment of Lamarck? Class, क्या लगता है, लामार्क ने सही बोला था, ये थियरी चल सकती है? What do you think?
No, ma'am.
जिया,
Yes, ma'am.
do you think Lamarck can be true?
No, ma'am.
We cannot hear you. It will be appreciated if you can raise your voice better.
No, ma'am.
Can anyone hear her, what she is saying?
Ma'am, she is saying no.
So obviously it's a wrong no, because the characters we gain by practice can never ever be communicate it to the next generation. It's not possible. So obviously, after discovery of llama, there was various criticism, like criticism of his theory. So first of all, scientists provided various information. First of all, they said that in our body we have somatic cell and gametic cell different, isn't it? So change in which one, or if we can call this gametic cell as germ cell, what do you think? किसके change में there will be change? If there is change in somatic cell, will that be able to get inherited to the next generation?
It will be a gametic cell.
It should be a gametic cell, not somatic cell. So theory of use and disuse is all about somatic cell. जिराफ की लंबी गर्दन, duck का जो specialized structure of their foot, so or hind limb we can say. All these are changes occur in the somatic cell, not in the gametic cell. So obviously it cannot be passed to the next generation. Okay. Apart from that, I told you about the Weizmann's experiment, and what he did is he said, pointed out several proof against his theory. They actually he pointed out कि Chinese ladies को shoes पहना दिया जाता है so that they can have small size of their feet. But ये ऐसा होता नहीं है, उस lady का पैर शायद छोटा हो जाए. Next generation में that lady when it is giving birth to a child, it will be actually having the similar size of feet, not the small one. I told you about the experimentation जिसमें क्या किया गया था कि mice जो है उनके tails को काट दिया जाता है, okay, and काट देने के बाद next generation में again काट दिया, ऐसे करके several generation कट करने के बावजूद भी the mice are always having tails. तो अगर disuse है तो उनकी तो tail कट कर दी गई है, so they will not have any use of those parts. So obviously it cannot be proposed in that context. वैसे ही there was a very interesting experiment performed by Pavlov. So Pavlov proposed one experiment. In this experiment, what he did, he used to train a dog. उन्होंने दिखाया था कि एक डॉग को अगर हम ट्रेन करें, कैसे ट्रेन करें, हमेशा उसके खाना उसको देते वक्त एक बेल बजाया जाए और उसके बाद खाना दिया जाए. सो ये उसको हैबिट दिलाई गई फॉर सेवरल डेज, एंड व्हेन he observed that even if you are making that noise of bell, the dog will have salivation in his mouth. मतलब खाना दो के ना दो, बेल का आवाज सुनते ही his brain is connecting the it with the food और उसके मुंह में पानी आना स्टार्ट हो जाता है. बट वही डॉग का जो बच्चा है, he will not have such kind of habits and ideas. So यही चीजें Lamarck की theory के against गया, and this theory was not accepted by the scientific world. Any doubts, anyone, regarding theory of Lamarck?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So then scientists thought of a new idea that is called Neo-Lamarckism. It was known as Neo-Lamarckism. So what is this concept of Neo-Lamarckism? In this case, it was proved that the main problem of Lamarck's theory was his inability to distinguish between the role of somatic cell and genetic cell or germ cell into transmission of character. So in Neo-Lamarckism, they talk that germ cells may change from effect of environment the next point that was quoted was that the germ cells acquire somatic variation. The germ cells may have somatic variation. Okay, so with this, they tried to cover up like whatever flaws the theory of Lamarck had, but it was understood that the Neo-Lamarckism was also not very much successful, although it had many novel points. It tried to explain the role of somatic cell and germ cell, but then also this idea was not a total, what I can say, success. So there was further need of new theories of evolution. So that's all about Lamarckism. Now we will move towards Darwinism, that is proposed by the Darwin. Any doubts, anyone, regarding Lamarck's theory? You have to understand. If you are understanding, you will be able to talk about the conceptual questions. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for you to correlate with it better. That's why I'm requesting you to think about it and let me know. So class, should we move ahead towards Darwinism?
Yes, ma'am.
So at the beginning of Darwin's theory, I wish to share with you the concept of we learned up to this. Okay. So when we talked about Darwinism, he had idea that different species are alive in today's world. And Earth is also very old, life is also very old, and he had idea about that life changed over the period of time to give rise to different species. And this is the point where Darwin came forward and tried to answer the mechanism. That evolution, okay, at his time, these are the concepts which are understood and accepted by people. But how evolution works, how there is creation of so many species possible, that was the challenge faced by Darwin to explain. So who was Darwin? First of all, we will talk about who was Darwin. Actually, many a times people pursue about their dreams. It is nothing wrong. all of us have a dream in our life. हम जब छोटी उम्र से किसी दूसरे इंसान को किसी प्रोफेशन में देखते हैं, हम हमेशा सोचते हैं कि हम ये बने. सो डार्विन के फादर को बहुत इच्छा था कि he should be a doctor. Okay, and he made him study medicine, and उनकी इच्छा थी कि चार्ल्स डार्विन डॉक्टर ही बने. बट चार्ल्स डार्विन वांटेड टू बी अ वॉयेजर. उनको नए नए जगह देखना, एडवेंचर में जाना बहुत पसंद था. सो एक्चुअली he chose to travel in a famous ship which is known as HMS Beagle. Okay, he was the naturalist. Naturalists are people who study nature and try to find out the rules which govern the natural phenomena. So his name was Charles Robert Darwin. So actually he took a job in HMS Beagle as a helper of a doctor, and then he started traveling different places, during the year 1831 to 1836. You can imagine at those days it was not like very easy for a person to travel around, and समंदर के एरिया में 100 आफतें थे. There was pirates, there was storm and all these things, but he chose this path and he started traveling. Actually बहुत बार बोला जाता है कि ये डार्विन की थियरी सिर्फ डार्विन की नहीं है. There was another scientist named Wallace, but as सबसे ज्यादा रिपोर्टेड इंसिडेंट डार्विन की बताई जाती है, इसके वजह से he is considered as the discoverer of this theory. Okay, so 5 सालों के एक्सपीडिशन में वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया, अफ्रीका, साउथ अफ्रीका, उसके बाद साउथ अमेरिका होके गैलापागोस आइलैंड में पहुंचे. और ये पूरे ट्रैवलिंग के दौरान उन्होंने एक बुक लिखी जिसका नाम था ऑन द ओरिजिन ऑफ स्पीशीज बाय नेचुरल सिलेक्शन. Or actually he didn't use the by, he used by means of natural selection. So how new species is produced by means of natural selection. So his book was published in the year 1859. एंड सोचो वो 5 साल घूमे थे 1831 टू 36. उसके बाद इतने दिनों तक उन्होंने उस चीज की थीसिस बनाई, एंड आफ्टर सच अ great time he actually reported his experiments. Such passionate people are actually making our life good. So with this we will move ahead towards the concept of Darwinism. So let us have a look into the concepts of Darwinism. So Darwin said that everywhere, if you see here, it's given in the form of human, that population are never ever composed of same type of individual. We have various kind of changes in the population. So in human population also, you can see such different types of people, isn't it? Around us also. So in plant population also, you can see different variety. It is available everywhere in every kind of organism. This is called variation. So his main concept of theory was based on this. So by observation, he studied about the variation of different progeny. So what were the factor of his theory? The factors of Darwinism was very simple. First thing he talked about is rapid multiplication. He termed it as prodigality of production. Can you tell me today's world, what is the most important problem we face? हमारी दुनिया में सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्या है इंसानों के पास, जिसकी सॉल्यूशन के पीछे सभी साइंटिस्ट भाग रहे हैं?
कोरोना।
चलो, वेरी गुड. एनी अदर प्रॉब्लम? दुनिया भर के लोग कोरोना के पीछे भाग रहे हैं, सही है, बट कोरोना ने, मैं जिस प्रॉब्लम के बारे में बात कर रही हूँ उसमें काफी अच्छाई लाई है, और कोरोना के पीछे भी वही प्रॉब्लम है अवेलेबल. सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम की रीजन क्या है?
Population.
Yes, ma'am. Human population.
Population. सोचो, आज कोरोना इतना स्प्रेड हुआ है बिकॉज वी आर डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड. फॉरेन कंट्रीज में कई केसेस में दे आर सेफर बिकॉज इन इंडिया डेंसली पॉपुलेटेड. आपने कभी ये छकड़े गाड़ी में लोग बैठते उनको देखा है? इन कोरोना सिचुएशन आई हैव सीन पीपल गाल में एक दुपट्टा रख लिया और बैठ गए बाजू में. इवन इन फ्लाइट्स आई गॉट अ अपॉर्चुनिटी टू ट्रेवल इन द month of March. Oh my God! Flight में भी they don't maintain the social distancing. Anyone can sit by your side. और उसमें भी सब face shield खोल दे रहे हैं, मास्क खोल दे रहे हैं, and we are eating food and all. So सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ प्रोडक्शन है. आप scarcity of the space बोलो, scarcity of food बोलो, वॉर बोलो, पोल्यूशन बोलो, सबकी मेन सोर्स ये पॉपुलेशन है. ओके, सो रैपिड मल्टीप्लिकेशन इज द फर्स्ट फैक्टर विच इज नोन एज प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. जनरली नेचर में एक रूल देखा जाता है बेटा इन प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ पॉपुलेशन. इसमें देखा जाता है कि इफ एनी एनिमल इज हैविंग लॉन्गर लाइफ स्पैन तो उसकी रिप्रोडक्शन की रेट काफी स्लो होती है. ओके, हाउ? कंसीडर, यू मस्ट हैव सीन जब कुत्ता बच्चा देता है, डॉग्स व्हेन दे रिप्रोड्यूस, हाउ मेनी कब्स डू यू थिंक दे प्रोड्यूस? 1 or 2? क्लास?
More than 2.
बट ह्यूमन तो एक ही बच्चे को पैदा करता है ज्यादातर, ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि आप देखना अल्टीमेटली वो जो 7 या 5 बच्चे पैदा होते डॉग्स के, ऑल ऑफ देम डू नॉट सर्वाइव एंड सी देयर यंग। कोई गाड़ी के नीचे आ जाता है, कोई कहीं चला जाता है। सो अगर वो एक ही बच्चा पैदा करे तब तो उसका वो एक बच्चा दुनिया का लाइट ज्यादा दिन तक नहीं देखेगा। बट इन आवर केस वी आर टेकिंग प्रिकॉशन। Okay, in world also population is increasing. You know why? The death rate is decreasing. Actually, corona may be thought as a what I can say. It can be thought as a measure created by nature to decrease the population. But let me tell you, आज तक कोरोना में वर्ल्ड में जितने लोगों की मौत हुई है, उससे कई ज्यादा चीजों में लोगों की मौत वर्ल्ड में होती है, आज भी होता है। ओके, बट दे आर नॉट रिपोर्टेड विद सच ग्रेविटी, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट। सो ऑल दीज मीन्स एम्प्लॉयड बाय नेचर इज टू गिव अ कंट्रोल ओवर द ओवर प्रोडक्शन। जैसे कि एक पैरामेशियम या एक इकोलाई 20 मिनट में एक नया इकोलाई पैदा करता है, बट एक एलिफेंट को देख लो, 9 इयर्स के बाद वो प्रेग्नेंट बन के बच्चा पैदा करता है। ऑब्वियसली इकोलाई से एलिफेंट की लाइफ स्पैन ज्यादा है, साइज ज्यादा है। सो दिस रैपिड मल्टीप्लिकेशन एंड हाउ नेचर इज कर्विंग इट, दिस वाज द फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्वेशन मेड बाय डार्विन। सो ड्यू टू दिस काइंड ऑफ rapid multiplication, the next observation he made is limited resources. आज क्लास में कितने जन प्रेजेंट है? 10 people other than me. So all of you are example of this limited resources, and the third point, that is struggle for existence. आप सबकी एक कॉमन एम क्या होगी? ये क्लास में जितने लोग हैं उन सबकी कॉमन एम क्या होगी? दीश, तुम क्या चाहते हो बेटा? क्यों ग्रेड 11 साइंस लेके पढ़ रहे हो?
Ma'am, because I want to study further in science as a main subject, as my passion.
वेरी गुड। और उसके बाद?
Ma'am, to become a doctor or
Then?
other professions
Then?
in medical.
Then? सच्चाई बताओ, अच्छी अच्छी बातें मत बताओ। To help the others and all. What is the main goal? Why I am taking lecture of you people at 5:55 p.m. after having a hard day with my job? To earn money. Obviously, we are having motivations because I love teaching. I am teaching. So we are competing with each other. No, there are other biology teachers. I am competing with them. There are other students in your class. There are lakhs of students in biology stream who will appear for NEET. So you need to be the best to qualify NEET. Dish, do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever profession आप choose करो. In your language, I may tell, if you are thinking in Instagram, I will be model, or if I will be streaming my PUBG game and earn money, from your generation's context I am speaking, then you need to be the best. मुझे cricketer बनना है, मतलब I need to be the best. So why? Because we are having limited resources. NEET में भले लाखों के ऊपर बच्चे बैठते हैं एग्जाम देने, बट सीट्स लिमिटेड है। वैसे ही इस चीज को मैं इस मॉडिफाइड वे से क्यों बोलती हूँ, ह्यूमन डायरेक्टली जानवरों की तरह खाने के लिए नहीं लड़ता है, बट वॉट एवर वी आर डूइंग, we are studying, we are dancing, we are running, we are playing, we are working somewhere. Ultimate goal is there are limited resources and I need to have my share of it. Do you agree with me or all of you, yes or no? What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
विष्का, तुम्हें लग रहा है मैं सही बोल रही हूँ?
Yes, ma'am.
एक छोटी सी चीज देखना, छोटे से छोटा प्रोफेशन आप देख लो आपके सोसाइटी में। मैं एक बहुत सिंपल एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ। आपकी सोसाइटी में कई काम वाली बाइयां आती है जो लोगों के घर पे काम करती है। इफ यू आस्क योर मॉम एंड इफ शी इज टॉकिंग अमंग्स द लेडीज, देयर विल बी डिमांड ऑफ अ स्पेसिफिक मेड सर्वेंट और हाउस हेल्प। व्हाई? बिकॉज ऑफ आवर वर्क। एवरी प्रोफेशन, घर पे अगर 4 बहुएं हैं, उनमें से एक बहू की डिमांड सबसे ज्यादा होती है। Why it is there? Because of nothing but the limited resources. So every day we have to accept this reality that in any way you want to do in your life, you need to accept that there are limited resources and you need to struggle for your existence. आप भविष्य में नौकरी करो ना करो, आप कुछ भी कर लो, you have to struggle for your existence. Otherwise, ह्यूमन के केस में तो ये बहुत ही खतरनाक है। इन आर केस वी डोंट थिंक सिंपली खाना मिल रहा है, सोने को मिल रहा है, वी आर एग्जिस्टिंग, वी नीड टू फाइट फॉर आवर ओन आइडेंटिटी। नाउ दिस स्ट्रगल फॉर एग्जिस्टेंस कैन बी ऑफ वेरियस टाइप। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ऑफ अस वी स्ट्रगल विथ आवर एनवायरनमेंट। सर्दी के मौसम में एनिमल सोचता है वो कैसे अपने आप को बचा के रखे। You know, well, do you know what bears do in winter season? They go for hibernation, kind of. बहुत सारा शहद पी के गुफा में जाके वो सो जाता है, क्योंकि to him it is very difficult to maintain his body temperature during the winter season. So similarly in summer season, all of us know, हम ह्यूमन बहुत ज्यादा अपनी थिंकिंग एबिलिटी से आगे बढ़ गए, इसलिए एसी का स्विच ऑन कर देते हैं। बट हैव यू एवर हर्ड अबाउट माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स? बेटा, हमारे अहमदाबाद में देयर इज नॉन सरोवर, थॉल लेक। सुना है कभी माइग्रेटरी बर्ड्स के बारे में?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
क्या करते हैं वो? सर्दियों के मौसम में वो अपनी जहाँ पे कोल्ड एरियाज है उसको छोड़ के वार्म एरियाज की तरफ उड़ के आ जाते हैं। सो दिस इज श्योर कि ऑल ऑफ अस नीड टू adapt ourselves or we need to have a struggle with our environment. अभी बेस्ट एग्जांपल ले लो, कोरोना के केसेस में we are not able to meet each other. So many challenges are there. We fumbled for 1.5 months. बट कभी किसी की पढ़ाई रुकी हुई है? नहीं, हम पढ़े हैं, ऐसा नहीं है। जो बच्चे को पढ़ना है उसने तो पढ़ लिया, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन है क्या है। So all of us need to change and struggle against our environment. Second is interspecific struggle. अगर एक जंगल में शेर और हिरन दोनों हैं, दोनों के बीच में स्ट्रगल होना जरूरी है। Will do you agree with me कि there should be a struggle? वो दोनों एक दूसरे की बेनिफिट सोचते हैं कि नहीं? शेर सोचता है कि मैं कैसे डियर को खा जाऊं, और डियर ये सोचता है कि नहीं भाई मुझे तो बचना है। सो वी आर ऑलवेज स्ट्रगलिंग विथ इंटरस्पेसिफिक। आज कोरोना को ही ले लो, कोरोना की इच्छा है कि हम सबको मार डाले, बट हम थोड़े ना मर रहे हैं। वी आर स्ट्रगलिंग इंटरस्पेसिफिक, वी आर फाइटिंग अगेंस्ट इट फॉर he is fighting for his existence and we are fighting for our existence. And second is intra-specific struggle. ये हम सभी करते हैं एक पॉपुलेशन के लिए में, जंगल में सभी एनिमल्स जो होते हैं वो अपने टेरिटरी के लिए लड़ते हैं. आप देखना, कई बार देखना गली में जो कुत्ते हैं, बाहर से कोई आ जाता है तो वो एक दूसरे से लड़ते हैं. Why they want to struggle? क्योंकि उनको ये प्रूव करना होता है कि वो बेस्ट है. So that is all. That by observation it can be deduced that the struggle is possible, and this struggle is existing in 3 levels with environment, with interspecific and intraspecific. Next important point is variation. Due to mutation, we talked about continuous and discontinuous mutation in chapter number 5. You now know that variation is due to various reasons. It may be somatogenic variation, it may be gametogenic, that is germline variation. But इसमें से germline variation is more important from the point of view of evolution क्योंकि वो inherit होता है. So variation is well accepted fact in the population. Next point, he said that the natural selection. He also told it as survival of the fittest. Do you agree that in world always the survival of the fittest is 100% sure? क्या लगता है आप लोगों को? पहले के जमाने में लोगों को जब अपनी शादी के लिए किसी को ढूंढना होता था, गर्ल्स यूज्ड टू चूज फॉर मेन हु वर हैविंग पावर. शेर से भी लड़ ले, चीता से भी लड़ ले, उनकी बहुत कदर होती. अब हमें ना शेर से लड़ना पड़ता है ना चीता से लड़ना पड़ता है. अब वो लड़कों की कदर बहुत ज्यादा है जिनकी क्वालिफिकेशन बेहतर है, because they can earn money by doing a good job. It's all practicality, and what I'm saying is a very practical thing. So in this world, very bad you may feel कि मैम आप तो discourage ही कर रहे हो, ऐसा थोड़ी ना होता है, सभी जीते हैं. Yes, everyone lead, but the winner is winner. ये थोड़ा सा वो आप लोगों ने 3 इडियट्स देखा है बच्चों?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
माइनस
ma'am.
बोलता है ना, एक पंछियों का घोंसला लेके क्लास में आता है. ओके, एंड उसमें से एक अंडा गिर जाता है. अगर नहीं देखा होगा तो देखना, बड़ी मजेदार मूवी. सो नेचुरल सिलेक्शन इज ऑलवेज अबाउट सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट. बट बेटा जैसे कि पॉपुलेशन में वेरिएशन होता है तो फिटेस्ट की जो डेफिनेशन है वो भी हमेशा चेंज होती है. जो आज के जमाने में फिट है जरूरी नहीं है दैट पर्सन विल बी फिट इन द नेक्स्ट condition, because conditions are ever changing. So then he said that nature select the one who is fit, and वही उसी की population सबसे ज्यादा बढ़ती है. जो उस environment में अपने आप को survive नहीं कर सकता है, या तो वो extinct हो जाता है या फिर वो अपने आप को वहां से हटा लेता है. This was idea of Darwin, and he then commented, he didn't make mistake of inheritation. So he said that inheritation or inheritance of useful variation. Obviously अगर एक population में, यहाँ मैं जिराफ की ही एग्जांपल दे सकती हूँ ताकि आपको डार्विन और लामार्क की थॉट की बारे में पता चले. ठीक है. So then he told about formation of new species. So as per Lamarck ने ये बोला था कि जिराफ अपने गर्दन को ऊंचा करने की कोशिश कर रहा था। ये कोशिश में उसके गर्दन जनरेशन बाय जनरेशन बढ़े। फर्स्ट जनरेशन में इतना था, फिर इतना हुआ, फिर इतना हुआ, फिर इतना हुआ, और जनरेशन दर जनरेशन उसकी ये गर्दन की साइज बढ़ी और फाइनली जिराफ का जो टुडेज लेंथ ऑफ नेक है वो मिला। ओके, सो डार्विन का कंसेप्ट बिल्कुल अलग था। ही सेड के एक जिराफ का पॉपुलेशन हुआ करता था, उस पॉपुलेशन में वेरिएबल कैरेक्टर्स और नेक के जिराफ थे। कुछ जिराफों के नेक्स छोटे थे, कुछ के बहुत बड़े थे, कुछ के बहुत ज्यादा बड़े थे। ओके, अब जंगल में जब ऊपर नीचे दोनों जगह वेजिटेशन अवेलेबल था, वो लोग सब लोग खुशी खुशी उस पॉपुलेशन में जीते थे। अब क्या हुआ, किसी नेचुरल कैलामिटीज की वजह से लोअर स्ट्रेटा के वेजिटेशन खत्म हो गए। तो अब कौन से जिराफ को एडवांटेज मिलता होगा? जिसके गले लंबे हैं। अब समझो 10 जनों की पॉपुलेशन थी जिराफ की, उसमें से 5 जिराफ ऐसे थे जिनकी नेक शॉर्ट थी, 2 जिराफ ऐसे थे जिनकी मीडियम हाइट की थी, और 3 जिराफ ऐसे थे जिनकी लॉन्ग नेक थी। तो अब जो मीडियम हाइटेड जिराफ और जो शॉर्ट स्टेटस वाले जिराफ थी, उनके लिए अब इम्पॉसिबल हो गया कि वो वहां पे रहे। सो दे माइग्रेटेड, दे ट्राइड एंड फाइंड सम काइंड ऑफ ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर देयर सर्वाइवल। वो अपने आप के लिए एक ऑल्टरनेटिव ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और उस पॉपुलेशन में कौन रह गया? लॉन्ग नेक जिराफ, क्योंकि उनके साथ मीडियम और शॉर्ट नेक जिराफ का एक डिस्टेंस बन गया। Slowly and steadily they are separated by some kind of barrier. We will talk about those barriers later on. कि ये short neck giraffe रहा शायद, this is now known as another species, but long neck giraffe जो है वो उस एरिया में रह गया as a new species. So now you cannot identify कि वो इसका ancestor ये था. It is now established as a new species. So this was concept of Darwin. This was the explanation of Darwin as per the inheritance. You can see it beautifully in this image, that in a population how different variety of rabbit is coming and going. So you can see that पहले एरिया में व्हाइट कलर्ड रैबिट्स ही हुआ करते। Then in a population there was white and brown colored rabbit. उसके बाद वेरिएशन से there was grey color and black color, bluish color. बट अब सिचुएशन चेंज हुआ, एरिया में एक प्रेडेटर पंछी आ गया। सो उसने क्या किया? It was having tendency of eating rabbits. अब क्या होता था, वेजिटेशन में व्हाइट भी बहुत क्लियरली दिख जाता था, सारे कलर्स अच्छे से दिख जाते थे। सिर्फ जंगल में ड्राई ग्रास एरिया में ये ब्राउन कलर अच्छे से नहीं दिखता था। तो वो क्या करता था, जो जो कलर के दिखते थे उनको खा जाता। तो जिसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, सभी पॉपुलेशंस में ये ब्राउन कलर की जो रैबिट है, इट इवॉल्व्ड एज अ न्यू स्पीशीज ऑफ रैबिट। ठीक है, सो दिस इज व्हाट अबाउट द concept of Darwinism. Is it clear to all of you? I hope you understood these two theories nicely. So adaptation and survival of the fittest, not the bravest or not the biggest always, it is the fittest. और fittest भी मैंने जैसा बोला है, definition change हो रहा है, it's not like thing. So actually evolution, his theory, he explained unity in diversity. जैसे कुछ भी हो जाए, today the world is diverse, but all of us are born from the one part. Here they talked about the fittest bug. बहुत सारे bugs प्रोड्यूस होते हैं बहुत सारे एग्स में से, द वन विच इज बिगेस्ट एंड फिटेस्ट इज सर्वाइव। सो डार्विन ने एक्चुअली क्या देखा था जिससे उनके दिमाग में इतनी अच्छी थियरी आई? During his visit to Galapagos Island, he observed different types of finches. Finches are a specific type of birds. उन्होंने देखा कि ये जो finches है, इनकी beak की जो shape है, ये अलग अलग है for अलग अलग types of birds. जो seed eaters है, जो ground के finches है, उनकी beak ऐसे adopt हुई है ताकि वो जमीन में से grains को उठा के खा सके। जो बर्ड ईटर्स हैं, जो फ्लावर बर्ड्स खाते हैं, उनकी बीक की अलग शेप है। जो इंसेक्ट ईटर्स हैं, उनको अलग शेप है। कैक्टस ईटर्स है, उनकी अलग शेप है। तो उन्होंने ये प्रपोज किया कि गैलापागोस वाज अ आइलैंड, बाहर से इतने सारे बर्ड्स आना पॉसिबल नहीं था। तो इसके मतलब यहाँ जो वेरिएशंस आया है वो एक्चुअली वन टाइप ऑफ फिंचेस से इतने सारे टाइप ऑफ फिंचेस बने। So, like that's why he termed it as a proof of evolution. So, HMS Beagle, this is the picture. This is how imaginary picture. So, this is about Galapagos Island. His travels route, कि कहाँ वो घूमे थे. This is the map of Galapagos. सो उन्होंने वहां काफी सारी यूनिक स्पीशीज की स्टडी की, जैसे दिस टॉर्टोइस, दिस बर्ड्स, दिस टाइप ऑफ सैलामेंडर, एंड बट हिज की पॉइंट ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन वाज finches only. So this is ancient armadillo. You know what is armadillo? These are insectivorous animals. Okay, so ancient armadillo से present day
वो एकदम कर्व होके राउंड हो जाते हैं एकदम, वो वैसे वाले।
हाँ। सो सेम कंटिनेंट में डार्विन ने ऐसे फिर बहुत सारे, जैसे आप देख सकते हो कि गैलापागोस आइलैंड्स के आजू बाजू के एरिया में ही ऑब्जर्व के बहुत सारे वेरिएशन पाया जाता है, इवन इन केस ऑफ टर्टल्स एंड टॉर्टोइस। So I just wanted to show you these pictures so that it can confirm your like ideas. So you can see that all finches had different kind of big size. So you can you imagine a common एक ancestor से so many variants are created, and now all of them are established as a new species. So he actually talked about all these things in his thesis, or with this actually he proposed his theory. But the thing is that everyone was not very happy about this idea. There was criticism in his theory also. Many people said that Darwin is talking about limited food and space and multiplication, but in many cases these challenges are not available, but still we see the variation and evolution. He didn't comment on artificial selection. जैसे कई बार ऐसा होता है कि समझो एक पॉपुलेशन में, वैरायटी में 4-5 प्रकार के प्लांट्स अवेलेबल है। अब नेचर ने सिलेक्ट नहीं किया, ह्यूमन बीइंग थॉट कि मेरे लिए ये फायदेमंद है और मैंने ये सिलेक्ट किया और मैं उसी को बार बार कल्टीवेट कर रही हूँ, तो स्लोली एंड स्टेडीली द अदर वन विल बी डिमिनिश्ड. So all these things were like limitation of Darwin's theory. Apart from that, another thing I wish to mention here is presence of vestigial organ. अगर सर्वाइवल ऑफ द फिटेस्ट ही होता है तो जो वेस्टिजियल ऑर्गन है वो क्यों होता है? अगर आज की ह्यूमन बीइंग द बेस्ट है तो हमने अपेंडिक्स क्यों होगा? Okay. So with this, even with Darwin's theory, scientists were not very happy, but it was thought to be better than the theory of Lemma. So that's all from my side today. Any questions, anyone? We studied two theories today, Lamarckism and Darwinism. I request all of you to note down the points so that you know the basic difference between two. Okay. Any other question, anyone?
No, ma'am.